Blackstrap Lake is a reservoir in Saskatchewan, created in 1967 and commonly known for two things: its big hill and its big fish. The lake is long and narrow, and with these important stats, Blackstrap Lake earns the kayaking score 5 out of 10. Let's take a closer look. It's made up of two dams, one in the south near the inflow and one in the north on the outflow. In the middle is a narrowing, which is close to where we will be camping. So let's have a look at the to-do list for this weekend. 1. See the inflow. 2. See the outflow. 3. See the narrowing. 4. Climb Mount Blackstrap. And 5. Catch a fish. Friday night will be spent relaxing, so by Saturday morning I was ready to get started. The weather is beautiful and we're headed to the north end of the lake to check out the outflow. First, we will see the floodgate that controls the flow and subsequently the water level of the lake. Next, we will see the north dam that forms Blackstrap Lake. We also get a glimpse as to what this place would have looked like before the dam. It used to be two smaller, shallow lakes, and in dry years they would have been mostly mud flats. We can also see the aqueduct that carries the water away from the lake. Next, we'll get on the water and explore the lake.
Here we are, Blackstrap.
We can now see the dam from the side of the water, as well as the floodgate controlling the water level. And I was hoping, due to the outflowing water, that this might be a good place to fish. But with no luck, it's time to move along. I'll paddle my way to this small arm of the lake. It's better protected from wind, and it seems to have some kind of irrigation system. Once again, I was hoping that this might be a good fishing spot.
That sucks.
Unfortunately, my leader broke, and I just lost my lure.
I want to go and find that. Yippee!
After re-rigging it, I'll ask a fellow fisherman if this spot is worth fishing.
Any luck?
Oh, we got a few walleye and a pike.
Here?
Yeah, just in here.
Gotcha.
And I think he's lying, because I didn't catch anything. We'll paddle our way back to the north dam, where we will get off the lake. Next on the to-do list is to climb Mount Blackstrap. So we'll rent an e-bike and get started. All we've got to do is ride this bike up that hill. Mount Blackstrap is a man-made ski hill, originally created for Saskatoon to host the 1971 Canada Winter Games. Climbing it is easier said than done, but the view is worth it. Well, Cons, you've done it again. Now, the only thing left is to ride this bike back down the hill. Or walk very slowly. Having completed another item off the list, it's time we start chopping wood for tonight's supper. Before we get the fire started, let's go out for another paddle. We're headed for the narrowing, but along the way, we will see the largest natural tributary for Blackstrap Lake. Given that we're near an inflow, I thought this would be a good spot to catch fish. But I guess they weren't interested. We will now pass through the narrowing. All of the water moving through Lake Blackstrap goes north through this narrowing, giving us a mini section of river in the middle of the lake. And anytime moving water meets flat water, there's a good chance there's fish nearby. So we'll see if this spoon works any better on this side of the narrowing. It didn't, and we will now make our way back to camp. We'll have to paddle pretty hard against the current to make it to the other side. Once across, there's a pelican nearby, which gave me the motivation I needed to keep casting. After no luck, let's head back to camp and get started on supper. First, I'll start and feed the fire until it's big enough. Then it's time to cook. The rest of the night will be spent eating and relaxing around the campfire. The next morning is our last chance to finish our to-do list, and the weather seems to be cooperating, so we'll head to the Inflow at the south end of the lake. The water comes from Lake Diefenbaker, a reservoir on the South Saskatchewan River. It's pumped into an aqueduct that flows over this weir and into Lake Blackstrap. This is where we will be fishing.
This is the Inflow to Blackstrap Lake. Beautiful crane, wow.
In the moment, I thought this was a crane, but after a closer look, I think this is actually a great blue heron.
Beautiful crane, wow.
Regardless, it was the first of many magnificent birds that hang out in this end of the lake. We will paddle to where the Inflow meets the lake, and we're given a good view of the South Dam that holds up Lake Blackstrap. This spot has all the promising signs of good fishing, piscivorous birds, and an inflow meeting flat water. And for some reason, I just can't seem to catch a fish. We'll head back to the Inflow, which is better protected from the wind. After looking around, we'll find a small, shallow bay that for some reason I thought would have fish.
Why do I feel like there's fish in here?
There were no fish there.
Okay, I feel like I've seen enough of this place.
The fishing at Blackstrap hasn't been very good to me. Let's call it a day. Although we didn't complete our to-do list for this weekend, I very much enjoyed my time at Blackstrap Lake. If you enjoyed this video and would like to support the channel, liking and subscribing helps a lot. Thanks for watching.